share tips on how to become a sales superstar without selling without being salesy. Please welcome Sandy.
Hello everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm excited that you're all here, and I'm excited to be here. And Steve was right. Thank you so much for coming on a beautiful Saturday when you could be out at the St. Patrick's Day Parade or doing something else. I know that you're serious about growing your business and getting better at sales and doing all those things because you made an effort to be here, so I acknowledge you for that. And I want to thank Steve for letting us use his fabulous space. This is like the corner office with the great view, so thank you so much. So what I'm going to share with you today are ways that you can crank up your comfort zone around selling. And that way that'll allow you to get your products and services out to the people that need them and let you do what you came here to do. Do all of you think you're living on purpose? Do you feel like you're in the right spot for you? Yes? How many of you think that, right? So it's really important that you connect with the people that you know can have better lives and have better businesses by what you offer, right? So what I learned in the years of being in corporate America, and I'll tell you about that in just a second, and owning now, I'm into my third business now, is that if you can't sell, you won't stay in business. Really, nothing happens until something is sold, or if you want to turn that around, nothing happens until somebody buys something. Right? And that can be a kind of a sticky situation. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. So what I am going to invite you to do is to fall in love with selling. I see some smiles around. Everybody's going, really, do I have to? Do I have to? And I'm going to give you some tips today to help you understand what's blocking you from falling in love with selling. Would that be valuable? Yes?
Yes.
So what I want to do is really pack in as much as I can. We only have 3 hours today. And I'll give you as much as I can in the time that we have. I've scheduled a couple of breaks, and I know I can't give it all to you today, as much as I'd really like to. But if you want to go further with me about this and learn some more, I'll tell you how to do that as we go along. Okay? So let's do some ground rules, housekeeping first. Okay? What I invite you to do, I know it's a little crowded in here, but I invite you to, at all times, just stay in the room. We're going to do some exercises and things, and some of you might finish before others. But I invite you just to stay in the room, because if you get up and move around, you're distracting people, and I'm going to have them do some things that they need to focus on. So I really am asking you if you would please stay in the room. And then all of you, take out your cell phones. And if you've already turned them off, you don't need to take them out. But if you haven't turned them off, I invite you to turn them off. What that does is it lets you be present here so you can absorb all that I have to give to you today. Okay? And the other thing I want you to do is to agree to participate at 100%. You know, be present, be willing, be excited. When I ask you to do something, I invite you to just dive right in. Everybody agree to do that? Anybody not agree to do that? If you do, then you can leave now.
Darn.
I'm not known as the nice coach, I'm known as the tough coach, right? And also, just to really have fun. This is about you having fun, and if you're having fun, you can absorb the information better, and it'll anchor in better, and then you'll be able to use it better, okay? So before I start, I want to tell you a little bit more about who I am and what I've been up to. That be okay?
Yep.
I'm the CEO of Cruisingthroughlife, and part of that business is signature seminars on cruise ships, which I can tell you a little bit about. And then my newest company, which is Top Tier Marketing. And I'm a speaker, obviously, and a business marketing strategist. I've been doing this kind of work in a variety of different industries for well over 25 years. I started out doing it mostly in the cake sugar art world, working with business owners and bakery shop owners and people that had absolute passion for what they did, incredible talent that knew nothing about how to turn that into a business. And I'll go into that a little bit more. And what I learned in doing this is when I started my cake business back in the East and I brought it to Colorado, I moved to Aspen, and it's 4 hours from anywhere, 4.5 hours really from anywhere. And so when I started that, really to open that business up there, I was flying by the seat of my own pants. I had that business for 18 years and then I sold it. So at that point in time when I started it, there were a lot of people making cakes and doing all the stuff in the sugar art world, but nobody was teaching you how to run a business in that arena. So what I'm about to share with you, I learned on my own. And that's the hardest way to run a business is by yourself. Yes, everybody agree to that, right?
Yes.
So that's why I have you here today, because there's no reason for you to have to do that nowadays. There's a lot of people out there that can give you the skill sets that you need. You know, there's a lot of people out there that really want to support you to be successful. And so I invite you to really take advantage of that, and I know that you are because you came today. So what I came up with during that business was some what I call out of the box, or not your standard box mix kind of marketing and sales strategies. That's a unique business, and it caters to a very narrow customer base. Our specialty was really wedding cakes. And we did them for the rich and famous that come to Aspen, and the wannabe rich and famous that come to Aspen. And, you know, presidents and dignitaries and ambassadors, and we did it kind of a mix. And what I learned in that business was I could only sell what I could produce with 2 hands, right? And then my partner came in, and then we had 4 hands. 1 and 1 don't equal 2. In that case, you can do a lot more when 2 or more are gathered together. You do a lot more. But it became really apparent to me that if I was standing at the production table, I couldn't be out marketing or selling. If I was standing at the production table, I couldn't be having tastings and getting people to sign on the dotted line. So I realized I couldn't grow that business beyond a certain point. And I came up with some really fun, interesting, out-of-the-box kind of ways to leverage what I was already doing and to grow more legs to the business. And that's why it was successful, and I was able to sell it for a good profit. And I belonged to what was called a cake, I would call it a guild. It was an international membership of people in the sugar art industry, people that did cakes and did cookies and did candy and did cocoa painting portraits and all, you know, life-size things in our lab. And when I joined, there was 25 countries involved, and we'd have a convention once a year, always in the United States. And it was really fun because I got to see, everybody brought faux cakes, which is really hard to do now because they don't let you put those on an airplane like they used to anymore. And so I got to really see that there was an opportunity for me to expand my reach, not only outside of the Aspen area, but also internationally, and that's what I was able to do. And really, I had very little customers in Aspen that lived there. Most of our business came from out of the state of Colorado. And so the marketing strategies and the sales things that I learned is really, I broke my, ground and really in my own business having my own business and making that work. But before I did that, I was a sales